Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name's Steph and I'm obsessed with all things book. So today we're going to be doing a NetGalley reading vlog, and for those of you that aren't aware, NetGalley is a website where you can go on and you can basically request ARCs from publishers. Now ARCs are books that haven't been released yet and they have a publish date, and you get to review them before they are released into the wild. I've used NetGalley for a few years now and I've really gotten a lot of popular books before they publish, and the main way that I've done this is that I've managed to get my feedback ratio pretty high. So that's what the point of this vlog is because I have 6 books currently sitting waiting to be read and I need to read them. I feel incredibly grateful that these publishers have approved my request to read their books, so now I just need to read them. So I thought it would be fun to do a little reading vlog and get my live reactions to these books that haven't been published yet. Or there is actually some that have been published already because I'm behind. Basically, I need motivation to read these books, so a reading vlog it is. So the first book that we're going to be reading is The Ending Writes Itself by Evelyn Clarke. So the marketing team have done an excellent job with this book because Evelyn Clarke isn't a real author and is a pseudonym for 2 authors that have come together to write the book. So everyone's wondering who Evelyn Clarke is. I don't know if this is a spoiler, but at this moment in time, the authors still haven't been released. But when I got the NetGalley through, this is who the author is on my Kindle. Is that V. Schwab? Like, have I just broken the clue? Oh my goodness. I am literally only 5% through this book, but I think what it's about is this author has this private island and he basically invites other authors to come to his island. And I don't know if they're going to write a book together or something, but there's thriller authors, there's romance authors, and there's loads of different genres of authors who've all arrived at his island. And I'm guessing somebody's gonna die, but I don't know. My only assumption is that, you know, it's all gonna go a little bit Pete Tom, but I guess we'll soon find out. So I'm only at 5% and we will see how this one goes.
Everyone all the time, and that just leads to you being in burnout, which is a term that's used a lot, but I'm not sure that it's always understood. Burnout is when your cup is empty. It's not because you've worked physically so hard or you've used your brain so much. It's when your cup's empty, and when your cup's empty, what happens is all this shit comes out, and that's when you're not who you want to be. When you don't show up to work the way that you want to be, you don't show up as a mum the way that you want to be, and it is all about keeping your cup as full as possible, while understanding that you are an ambitious person that has a family and wants to have a personal life as well. The first thing was personal life, my husband's thing. But I do earmark that time, for example.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jamie Gentry.
Decided to make a reappearance. I think it's been about 3 weeks since I've turned the camera on and started recording, and it's a very mixed bag of updates. I started reading The Ending Writes Itself by Evelyn Clarke, but for whatever reason I just haven't felt the need to pick it back up again. I don't think I gave it a good enough go when I was reading it. It was very sort of, you know, pick it up, drop it, and I definitely just need to sit for like an hour and properly get into it because I just didn't get the time that I needed to sort of really get into that book. So I will be continuing that one on at some point, just not right now. So then I decided to comb through my NetGalley reads and find another one to pick up, and I decided to pick up Believe by S.M. Govett. I started this one in the bath a couple of weeks ago and sadly I did DNF this. I don't even really know what this book's about, to be honest with you. I think I read it, like, I got to maybe about 10% and I was just confused. Like, so this book has a lot of point of views and different character swaps, and I think it was just too many in a short period of time, to the point where I got to 10% and I was like, I have no idea what's going on. I don't know who these people are. Like, who is this person again? Like, I can't even remember. So I did end up DNFing this one, which is a shame, and I am a little bit sad about it. But at least it's one off the list. Like, I am very much the type of person to just DNF a book if I'm not vibing with it, because there's no point putting yourself in a slump. And I do think when I was reading this book, I was tiptoeing around about a slump. So it was just the best thing to do, was to just DNF this, get it out the road, and get onto something a little bit better. So I do have a more positive update as well. So this week, John Mars put on his Instagram that his newest book, Dead in the Water, which is coming out in January this year, was available on NetGalley for a limited amount of downloads. Let me tell you, I have never signed into NetGalley quicker, and I managed to grab myself a copy, and I am so happy that I did. I have been sort of going around about, I wouldn't say I've been in a reading slump recently, but I've really not been feeling thrillers. I feel like a lot of thrillers I'm picking up just isn't quite hitting the spot at the moment, and I seem to be drawing more towards like different genres of books. So when I managed to get John Mars's new book, I knew I had to dive into it straight away, because he never fails to hit the spot with me. Like, every single one is just a banger. So Dead in the Water follows the main character Damon, who drowns whilst out swimming in the sea, and he dies for 3 minutes. And in this time, he sees sort of like a slideshow of his whole life flashing before his eyes. But in this, he sees his ex-wife, he sees his family, but then he also sees this young boy who he has no idea who this boy is, but it looks like he's dying. As soon as he gets resuscitated, he's like, who is that boy? Did I kill him? What did I do? And everyone's like, what are you talking about? We just saved you from the sea. In the weeks that follow, this young boy is following him about in hallucinations, and Damon's just basically going crazy with who this young boy is, and he is convinced that he killed him. This book is so different to anything that I've read in the past, and I am really enjoying it. I have read, I'm at 56% so far, and I only started this like 2 nights ago. So I'm flying through it, and I am just absolutely loving being back in a John Mars book, because he's my favourite author of all time, and I'm just loving it so much. I'm trying to slow down because I don't want to just finish this within like 2 days and then it's all over again, and then I have to wait another year for another one, but I just can't help it. It's just too good. This book also has a character crossover from one of his other books, so if you have read the majority of his books, you will scream like I did when you get to chapter 20, because there's a character crossover that I did not see coming, and I think it's so clever the way he's done it. I love a little Easter egg in a book, and I just love that this character, I almost said the name there. I'm not spoiling it, but I'm just so glad that this character is featured, because I really don't like them. So yeah, I'm 56% through John Mars' Dead in the Water, and I am gonna give a rating that I'm gonna predict my rating. I think it's gonna be a 4.5 stars. Is it? I don't know. Yeah, no, I'm gonna go 4.5 stars. I don't think it's a 5-star. My 5-star John Mars books are What Lies Between Us, The One, and Keep It in the Family. And I don't think this one is as good as those 3, but I do think it's as good as The Stranger in Her House, which I gave 4.5. So I think 4.5 is fair. I've not even finished it. It might be 5, you never know. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this so far, and I'm just really excited to see where this goes. I can feel a big plot twist coming, and I'm excited. So yeah, I'm gonna go and take the dog out for a walk, and I hope you have a lovely day.
Hello, this is editing Steph, and I actually forgot to film a little bit about the end of Dead in the Water by John Mars. So I am happy to say that I rated this book 4.5 stars. I absolutely loved it. If you're a John Mars fan, I think you will really love this one. I loved the little character crossover in this book, and I thought it was excellent. So 4.5 stars, really highly recommend, and I will definitely be pre-ordering this book. Okay, back to it.
Hello my lovely people. So I found this vlog in my drafts and realised that I haven't actually done any updates in about 2 months, which is ridiculous. It is now the end of November. I think my last update was at the end of September, so it's been 2 whole months. But we went on holiday to Mallorca in September and Colin actually proposed, so I am now a fiance, which is really exciting. On that holiday I read loads, and I mean loads. Like I think I read about 3 books on that holiday, which was amazing. And I did read a NetGalley book, and I can't believe I haven't done an update because it's such a good one. I actually got reached out to by Clare Mackintosh's publisher for her new book, which is called It's Not What You Think, and it comes out next year. And they asked if I wanted an arc of her new book, and I obviously said abso-bloody-lutely yes, I would like one, please, thank you, give it to me now. So I read it on holiday in Mallorca and I absolutely loved it. This book follows a woman called Nadika, and she's on the phone to her boyfriend one morning and she's at work and he's meant to be working from home, but she hears this female voice in the background and she's like, who the hell is that? Like, he's meant to be working from home today. What on earth is going on? Her ex-boyfriend used to cheat on her, so she is like, I'm not falling for this again. So she storms home to find her boyfriend dead. This book immediately gripped me in and I was like, what on earth is going on here? And the plot twists in this are so twisty, they're brilliant. This book goes somewhere that I did not see coming, and somewhere that Clare Mackintosh has never gone before either. It goes political and it features themes that are super important in the UK at the moment. And I'm really glad that she did go in this direction because it is completely different for her. But I think it's so important, and I just really enjoyed like a different sort of narrative. I could not put this book down, and I think I read it in 2 days when I was on holiday. I loved it, so I give it 5 stars. We finally got a 5-star book, hallelujah. We have had way more DNFs in this vlog than I was expecting, and I've got another one. So I've been pretty bad at reading my NetGalley books recently, so I think I read the John Mars and then I read the Clare Mackintosh, and then I hadn't really picked up anything else on my list for a while. So Gillian McAllister is an author that I really do love. I don't think I've ever given any of her books 5 stars, but they're all like solid 4.5 star reads for me. So her new one, I didn't even read the synopsis, I just requested it on NetGalley as soon as I seen it available. It's called Caller Unknown and it's set in Texas, which is a completely different location for her. So I started reading it probably about a month ago, and I think I got to about 15% and just put a pin in it. I was like, I'm soft DNFing this for now because it just wasn't like, it just didn't immediately grip me in, and like I just didn't really care about the characters, and I was like, ugh, like I need something a bit more fast paced at the moment. And then this week I was like, right, no, I need to read it. It's one of my NetGalley reads, I'm gonna read it. So where Steph get all of our best reading done is in the bath. Every time I literally just, if I need to get into a book properly, I go for a bath and take it with me and just sit for like an hour, hour and a half and just read. And so I did it with Caller Unknown this week, and I just don't think this book's for me. Like it's really hard because it's an author that I adore so much, but I just don't think I can continue this book on. Caller Unknown follows the story of this woman who, her daughter is over in Texas for like a camp. They're British based, but she's over there for like a camp in Texas, and her camp's coming to an end. So her mum's like, right, I'll come over to Texas and I'll meet you. We can have a cute little few days and then we can fly home together. So she goes over there, she meets her daughter, they stay in this lodge for a night, and when she wakes up the next morning, her daughter has disappeared. She's gone. No idea where she is. She's away. And all that's left is this mobile phone that comes through with a text message saying, we've got your daughter, this is what you need to do to get her back. Now the premise of this sounds pretty good, but I don't know what it is. I just didn't care about the characters. I didn't feel any sympathy for the mum. I kind of felt like the daughter has something to do with it, but like I didn't even get that far, so I don't know if that's right. So if that's the spoiler, I'm sorry, but that was the vibe I was getting because I haven't finished it. So I got to 40% and I've put the book down and I think that's me done. Like I just don't care. And I think like their actions were so silly as well. So like the mum finds out that her daughter's been kidnapped and her husband's calling her being like, oh, how is she? And she's like, oh, she's been kidnapped, but I'm not going to tell you anything else. Like, what? Like, come on. If that's your husband, you're going to tell him everything. You're going to be like, right, they've told me to do this, they've told me to do that. But she's like, no, I'm not. I'm keeping it all secret from you. I'm doing this myself. And I just like couldn't relate. And I was like, that's just silly. Like, that's just so stupid. I know it's a thriller. I know that there's meant to be plot twists that maybe aren't all that realistic, but I just found the plot of this one to be a bit silly and I just couldn't get on board with it. And I didn't care about the characters. And it really hurts me to say this, so I am officially DNFing the new Gillian McAllister. I did have a look on NetGalley. Like sometimes when I feel like this, I'll go onto NetGalley and I'll read some reviews of people who've already read it and see if it's worth me keeping going. The consensus is no, guys. It just doesn't get good reviews, so I'm officially putting this one down, which becomes like my third or fourth DNF this vlog, which is wild. Yeah, that's not good. So currently I think I have 3 more on my NetGalley shelf. I have just requested a new Alice Feeney and I'm hoping that I get approved for that one. Even though, and this is controversial, I didn't like Beautiful Ugly. And I didn't get on board with it at all. I think I gave it 2 stars. I really didn't vibe with it. But I feel like Alice Feeney for me is a complete hit or miss. So I'm hoping I get approved for that one. So if there's an update saying that I did, and I will probably just jump straight into that one because I've seen incredible reviews for it. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what book I pick up next. I'm not sure yet. I need a bit of time to recover after that Gillian McAllister. Hello, so it is my lunchtime and I said I would be back if I got accepted for Alice Feeney's new one, My Husband's Wife, because I've seen so many good things about it. I had to request it and see if I was going to like it, and I am very happy to say I got accepted for it. Let's go. Okay, I'm back. I have read 5% on my lunch break. And so far, so good, like really good. I remembered that I didn't actually give an update of what this book's about because to be honest, I didn't really know. But we're back and I can tell you the gist of what's going on now. So like I said, I'm only 5% in, I don't know too much, but basically there's this woman called Eden Fox and her husband have just recently moved to the area. So when she comes back from her run, she puts her key in the lock and the locks have been changed. Her husband comes to the door and goes, who are you? And she's like, I'm your wife. And he's like, no, you're not. And this woman comes to the door who's got her clothes on, has like got her engagement ring, her wedding ring on, and is like, who the hell are you? Get out, get away from my house. She's like, what the hell? I've literally been away for a run and now I'm getting kicked out of my own house. So I'm only 5% in, but I am intrigued, I'm gripped, and I just want to take the rest of today off and read my book, but sadly I cannot do that. But so far so good with this one. I am really excited to read this one, which I haven't felt in actually a really long time. Like, I've been struggling with reading a little bit and I just keep DNFing things that aren't piquing my interest, but this one has got me in and I am very, very happy about that.
Hello, I am back with a reading update and I've also upgraded. I have bought myself a microphone, so hopefully the audio in this video from now onwards is going to be a lot better than it was before. So I thought I would just jump on with an update for My Husband's Wife by Alice Feeney because I read 40% of it in the bath last night, which takes me up to 50%, and midway check-in, I am loving this book. I am genuinely loving this book. What I feel like her previous book, Beautiful Ugly, was missing was some twists throughout the whole book. Like, it kind of just felt a bit slow, atmospheric, slow burn sort of thriller. Whereas this one feels a lot twistier. It feels a lot more sort of fast paced and I'm just really enjoying it. I also really like that there's a small character pool and you sort of know who everyone is. There's not too many characters where it feels a bit messy. It's just nice. Like, I'm really, really loving this book and I'm finding it really easy to read. So today is actually my last day of work until Christmas. So I am off for about like 2.5 weeks. And I'm gonna get so much reading done. Like, I just cannot wait to just sit by the Christmas tree and just read all day every day. I mean, my days aren't actually gonna look like that, but a girl can dream, right? So 50% mark of My Husband's Wife, midway through the book, and I'm gonna guess I'm gonna rate this 4.5 stars. Again, I know it's early. This has got the potential of a 5-star book though. And I haven't been this excited about an Alice Feeney book since I read His and Hers, which was actually the first ever book that I read on my Kindle, which is bizarre because that's like 5 years ago now. This one does just have the same sort of vibe as that book. Like, I'm struggling to put it down. Like, I just want to sack off work for the day and just read my book all day, but sadly I cannot do that. But yeah, midway check-in, loving it. And I think I'm going to be pre-ordering a physical copy. I think this is how good it is. So this book could very well be a very good book to end this vlog on, but we will wait and see. I'll be back once I'm finished, and by the way that this is going, this could literally be later on today. We will see. Hello, I am back with the final reading update of this vlog. So I have finished My Husband's Wife by Alice Feeney, and I am happy to say that this book is really, really good. This book was so twisty, so turny, and I don't want to ruin too much of it because I think that it's best going into this completely blind. It is a concept that I've never seen before, which is someone coming home from a run and saying that, like, their husband says, "I don't know who you are, can you please leave, like, you're not my wife." And I think that it's so twisty, so turny, and I really, really enjoyed this book. Alice Feeney's been a bit of a hit or miss for me recently, and this one ticks all the boxes. So I finished My Husband's Wife a few days ago and I rated it 4.5 stars. I don't think it's 5 stars. I don't think it's going to be one of those ones that I'm going to like be thinking about for ages, but I rated it 4.5 stars. I loved it and I would highly recommend pre-ordering this book when it comes out. So that's the final reading update of this reading vlog. Thank you so much for watching. We've had mixed success in this vlog, but we've had some really solid reads as well. We read the new John Mars, which I would highly recommend. That comes out early 2026. I also read the new Clare Mackintosh, It's Not What You Think, which I rated 5 stars. Again, comes out early 2026, so I highly recommend you read that one too. Unfortunately, I DNF'd the new Gillian McAllister. It was just too slow for my liking, but it might be exactly what you enjoy. And then finally, we read the new Alice Feeney, Her Husband's Wife, which I rated 4.5 stars, and I really, really recommend this book. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a lovely Christmas if you celebrate it, and I will see you next time.